Part 1. White Clouds. Red Wolf Moon. The Flame in the Darkness. Hoarfrost now graces treetops and open fields alike, and an icy chill blown in from the north of Fargus blankets the land. All of Fodlan's creatures begin to settle in for a long winter. The setting sun bathes the full winter coat of every wolf in a foreboding scarlet glow. Hunters can now spread the word that the red wolves are back on the prowl.
Hello everyone, Space Doyster here, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses, the Ashen Blue Lion Wolves. In the last part, we dominated the Battle of the Eagle and Lion and won a sexy prize in the Blessed Lance that I think I forgot to use entirely throughout the rest of the game. This part, we will be moving on with the story, exploring the monastery for the next month. Let's see. No, we are saving supports for later.
That's what we're dealing with. Is there no chance it's an infectious disease?
There are no absolutes in medicine, but the chances are extremely slim. Restless movements, fits of violence, becoming bedridden, or even impossible to wake. With symptoms that varied, there are only a few possibilities. It's either a mixture of poisons or magic, and dark magic at that.
You're talking about Remire Village, aren't you, Manuela?
Oh my, if it isn't Gerald. Tell me, what was the first thing you heard?
Everything, after you mentioned that it's not likely an infectious disease. My child and I owe the people of Remire Village. If something's happening there, we must help them.
We scouted the area ourselves. Speak with the knights, hear what they have to say. I must go. Thank you for your help, Manuela.
You know, I'm more than willing to go with you to Remire Village. After all, I owe you my life. If you'd like, I bet we could even manage the mission all by ourselves. Just the two of us.
Yeah, that's nice of you.
Professor! A bit of a tease, are we? A girl could get used to this side of you.
Nice try, but I'll be going to the village as well. Enough nonsense. It's time to move out.
As you like. Goodbye, Gerald. Goodbye, Professor.
I'll be in my office making preparations. What about you? If you have the time, it would be helpful if you could go ahead and talk to the knights. ...
What was that? That was a weird noise. I don't like it.
What's wrong?
I just got a little dizzy, but I'm okay.
If anything feels off, return to the infirmary. No need to just grin and bear it. Got it?
Yeah, got it. Got it.
Ugh, what could have caused such dizziness? I felt it too. Actually, I felt that way before.
Oh. Ominous? I think it's supposed to be ominous. I don't know. Hey, we get to actually do instructions. I usually don't get to show these off, but whatever. Let us go ahead and do some more instructing. Let's see. Yay!
Thanks.
Dimitri got even better at punching things. Let's see. Where else should I put points for him? Let's just keep putting into fists. Let's see, and then to do. Let's see. Yeah, I always love to work on authority. Let's see here.
A bit more. Thanks for the.
Yay! Yuri's got better at using bows that he'll probably never use for the remainder of the game.
Oh, thank.
And then, even though I don't really plan on using Flame, like, at all, might as well give her some practice, too. Alright, and then... let's see, do I need to change anyone's goals? Doesn't look like it. Well, instead of being distracted, I should probably talk about things. Let's see, oh, right, a thing I wanted to bring up was about how, near the end of the last part, Dimitri was talking to Boyleth about how he thinks, Boyleth, or how he said, Boyleth is becoming more and more, emotive, and so, and he was like, oh, I'm so happy to see you expressing yourself more and more. It's making me have a big crush on you, Boyleth, or something to that effect. Anyway, so for that thing, I don't really buy it. It would have come across better if Boyleth had actually had more lines than just level up stuff, but no, Boyleth doesn't emote at all at any point in the game, since they are a silent protagonist, and it's really pretty bad. What am I trying to get at there? Well, I guess the only indication they give us that there's anything different about...
I'd like to ask you something.
Oh, hi, Ingrid. Yeah, if a student comes forward to you and presents a question like this, you answer it to try and, to the best of your abilities, the answer they like to hear the most, that will increase their motivation by 50 points. If you pick an answer they're okay with, but they don't mind, then it goes up by 25, and if you pick the one they don't like, that you get 0, or 0 motivation. But either way, you get professor points, so it's very handy when they come up to you. Well, let's see.
I see. So you'll be staying here for some time then? Honestly, I'm surprised. I've heard it's been a few years since you last donated to the church.
That was merely because of the financial situation of my territory. I assure you it has nothing to do with my dedication to the church. By the way, Dimitri, isn't Edelgard currently enrolled at the Officers' Academy as well?
Yes, she's in the Black Eagle House. I don't believe she has any plans to leave anytime soon. Why not pay her a visit?
I may do just that. It's nice to stay in touch with my dear niece every now and then. Of course, I'm also delighted that I was able to speak with my nephew as well. Whether through marriage or otherwise, family is family after all.
Of course. The feeling is mutual. Professor, if you were watching, you should have made your presence known.
But I like to stalk. Who was that anyway?
That was Lord Arundel, the regent for the Empire. He is also Edelgard's uncle.
An acquaintance of yours? He did call you his nephew. Wouldn't that mean that...
My stepmother was his younger sister. We are not related by blood, but he is technically my uncle.
So, in other words, you and Edelgard are related.
Yes. My stepmother was Edelgard's birth mother. Edelgard and I are siblings by marriage. We can delve into that topic another time. For now, let's make preparations to investigate what's happening in that village.
Oh dear. The princess of the Empire and the kingdom's prince are kin. How very odd.
So that's why he was worried about her. It is odd as well, but yeah, it makes sense. Although,
all beings are attached somehow to those who are their family. Yes, even I. I must have had a family too. I wish I could remember them. My family. I wonder who and where they are, and what they're doing now. In any case, about this Arundel. You've heard that name before, correct?
In the library, yeah.
Quite true. We came across that name within the library, right where the prince had been. I thought that Arundel had died. And yet, not so. He seems alive and well. I wonder what the prince had hoped to learn from reading of his uncle's charity. So many things the prince has yet to tell. How bothersome.
Yeah, but the only indication we get of Boyleth's changing emotional state is actually that Sothis becomes more talkative. Oh, it's someone's birthday. Let's give him flowers. I do tea parties, but I'm horrible.
I already know how you're feeling. Let's just get this done, alright?
Nobody understands me as you do, dear Happy. But still, I feel so weary.
You need to get to bed earlier. What else is new?
Pushing past the limits of sleep deprivation is most thrilling.
Sure, job well done. Yay for us. Maybe get some sleep now, okay?
Yeah, getting a good night's sleep would be
I'll
very,
learn with my heart, not my head.
very good.
All that studying has paid dividends.
Fortunately, for those group tasks, if you have the...
This isn't so hard.
I'm certain I've improved.
Mastery is within my...
Guess I learned a thing or two.
If you do have the DLC, then both Happy and Constance are good with both horses and flying. So either way, they are very useful to bring along. Oh, yay! People are level 20, so we can do its certifications for advanced classes and for DLC classes. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and make a save here. No, that's the bottom of the save list. No! Let's go ahead and show off some of the new classes. So, Dimitri can become a war monk. He only has a 74% chance to pass, so he probably wouldn't make it, but he can attempt it, so that is good. But I think he's my only level 20 character right now, so I'm gonna put off that for now. Hopefully he can build up some fist rank. For now, let's go ahead and talk to people.
I do not know why it is so, but being here makes me feel quite unwell. I am so sleepy and a bit... It is a struggle merely to stay conscious. Are you feeling the same?
Yes, I am.
It feels familiar. As though pulled from a corner of my memory. From a time long ago. I simply cannot fathom it.
Yeah. Well, it's very strange that you're feeling oddly sleepy. But, yeah, that's... Sothis being more talkative over the course of the game is the only indication we get that Boyleth is changing at all. Since they're a silent protagonist, we don't really get to see any change besides that.
Sorry, I've got a cold.
Get well soon.
Thanks.
Dot. Anyway, I think you lost something.
I've been looking for this.
Let's see. Anything else you're missing? No, that was it. Okay. But, let's see.
Hey. I know you
let's
figure
see.
medicine and magical healing are two ways to do the same thing, but it's way deeper than that. Medicine is all about preventing infection and suppressing symptoms with, well, medicine. That's probably obvious. But magical healing is focused on closing up wounds faster, raising a body's vital energy. Stuff like that.
Neat. Anyway, are you missing anything, Manrilla? I don't know.
Hey, Professor. I know that look in your eye. You want to ask me a favor. You want me to help out with your class, right? You just say the word, and I'll help however I can.
Yeah, sure.
Don't worry about it. You're just starting out as a teacher, right? It's only natural for those of us with more experience to help the younger generation.
And here we have Manuela. Like all the faculty members, she should be pretty easy to recruit, since the only requirement is that Boyleth gets to level 15. She only becomes available starting in Chapter 8, and then from that point onward you can recruit her whenever you like, if you prefer not to do so right away. Manuela is a pretty useful unit to pick up, though, thanks to her extensive support list with her faith spells and her good head start with the faith skill tree since she starts with a B rank in faith. Despite her weakness in reason magic, it is also well worth investing in that as well, since she will learn bolting, and her magic stat isn't too terrible, so she can excel quite well as a Grimoire, even though it'll take her quite a bit to qualify. Oddly enough, she's also very good at flying, and her strength base and growth aren't insubstantial, so she can pull off some physically oriented classes as well, but I wouldn't recommend it too much. Given Manuela's low growth rates in both strength and magic, and her bases being decent in both areas, I'd say she's better suited to being a support role when that's coupled with her good starting rank in faith, since she's so close to getting warp already. All in all, Manuela's definitely worth picking up no matter what route you're on, but I definitely especially recommend her for Blue Lions, as I'll probably mention later, or before then. No, I think it'll be later, that none of the Blue Lions students learn warp themselves, so it's handy to have Manuela if you don't recruit Lysithea or Linthart. Alright, now we got Manuela helping us. Now let's go ahead and see if any of these are her items, so that way she can get some motivation from it. I'd like to recruit Manuela for the Blue Lions, even though she's not she doesn't support with many of them. I think Sylvain is the only one she supports within the Blue Lions, and she can only get to a B rank with him. But I like to grab her for the Blue Lions anyway, since none of the Blue Lions students learn warp. Manuela is the easiest person to recruit who can learn warp for the Blue Lions. The other options being, of course, Linthart and Lysithea.
Professor, did you see that my father came by during the Battle of the Eagle and Lion? He left soon after, but I saw him talking to Edelgard first. I wonder what they could have to talk about.
Empire business, perhaps?
Yeah, he's pretty important in the Empire. I thought I mentioned it to you before. He's the Minister of Military Affairs. Still, though, I could have sworn those two didn't get along.
Yeah, you probably mentioned it before and I forgot about it. Much like how I forget which lines I'm supposed to pick. Anyway, yeah, Boyleth growing more and more emotive would have come across a lot easier if they had actually been a fully voiced character instead of a...
I'm going to catch me some mighty fish, just you wait and see. I didn't catch a single fish last month, but this month, oh, this month.
Time to give up.
That's exactly what Captain Gerald said. You're going with the captain to investigate Ramire Village soon, aren't you? It feels like so long ago that you two came here.
Oh, yeah, it was a pretty long time ago. I think it was almost a year at this point. Maybe. I'm not too sure. Anyway, you're not missing anything. Alright, what's over here?
That's so.
Sorry, sleepy morning.
I'm worried about Ramire. That affliction is a little too mysterious for my liking. I'm pretty sure it's not normal.
I've heard it's not an ordinary disease.
What could it be?
It could be ghosts. Oof, sorry, throat was getting itchy. No, and alright. What was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, right. Yeah, Boyleth would have been a much better character if they were actually in character instead of a mute sack of bones.
Hey, Professor. Can I get your advice on something? I just don't know what to do anymore. I used to think they were the best, but now I can't even stand looking at them.
It's okay. Time heals all wounds.
Good point, Professor. I think I need to see other meats right now. Then I can come back to fish when I'm good and ready.
Yeah, good. Other meats are good. I'm not a big fan of fish, to be perfectly honest.
I can't believe I dropped this. That isn't...
Well, hello there, kitty. Did you want to try and be in the video?
They say that things rarely, if ever, go according to plan. Still, plan we must. After all, if we don't effectively force things to go our way, nothing will be achieved. How about you, Professor? Are you leading the life you envisioned for yourself?
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, anyway, Kitty just
All this
popped.
month, His Highness has been going out late into the night. He will not speak of it to me. Professor, do you happen to know anything?
I don't know.
I see. I am sorry to trouble you with questions. His Highness's headaches have been growing steadily worse. I would prefer that he retire to bed early.
He wants to join you for. You want him to join you for a good night, don't you? Don't you? Yep. Oh, right. But yeah. Anyway, Kitty just popped up on my lap to say hi, but she doesn't know that I don't have a face cam, so I can't get footage of her anyway. But anyway. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the silent protagonist thingy. Personally, if I had been in charge of writing Three Houses' story, I would have focused the story more on focus the story more on the house leader than the teacher.
Congratulations on winning the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Did you get a special reward? I certainly feel like I earned a special reward. Don't you, Professor?
What could that possibly be, Dorothea? Anyway, you don't have any missing items. But, yeah, I would have had the story focus more on the house leader rather than the teacher, and then I would have assigned a specific teacher to each class.
The Battle of the Eagle and Lion was such good fun, don't you think?
Ignatz, how long are you going to keep harping on about the Battle of the Eagle and Lion?
Oh, come on, let me gush. Did you see how the house leaders came together after the battle? What an incredible thing to witness. Harmony, even after something so hard fought.
True. If they can keep playing nice, perhaps there will be peace in Fodlan after all.
One can hope. One can hope. Anyway, are you missing anything, Hilda? Not that I can tell. Or Hilda or Ignatz. But neither of them were missing stuff, so no need to talk to the other.
The librarian is always out and about these days. And just when I had some questions about a book I'd borrowed. Ugh, now I'm so curious about where he's gone off to. He'd better come back soon.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back quickly and that he's not up to anything sinister or evil. I mean, he looks like such a nice, creepy old man. I mean, why would he do anything else? But yeah. What was I talking about again? I keep forgetting. Oh, right. No, wait, no, that wasn't it.
I am so happy to be part of your class, Professor. I honestly cannot recall the last time I interacted with others on a daily basis like this. It reminds me of when I was a child. That was so very long ago now.
How long ago?
I mean, very, 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 very long ago.
I'm sure it was. I mean, you're very young, but obviously things happened a very, 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 very...
Oh, that is mine!
Is it just me or is the screen being weird? I think the screen is being weird. Let's see. But yeah, I remember now. I would have tied this story more to the house leader than to their teacher, and then assigned teachers for specific classes, like Manuela for the Beagles and...
How are you feeling, Professor? You look rather ill, if you don't mind my saying so. Are you sick? If so, I would urge you not to push yourself too hard. Take some rest.
Well, thank you, Lorenz, but nothing gets by you.
Just my natural talent, nothing out of the ordinary. Enough wit now. You should lie down.
Okay, but I gotta record this video first. Silly Lorenz. But, yeah, it would've... and then I would have put Hanneman with the Blue Lions, and then whoever the third teacher would have been with the Golden Deer. I guess if you needed to have Boyleth in the story, then he could have been a Golden Deer exclusive teacher. Although, that said, reworking the story that way would be complicated, given some revelations that we...
Oh, goodness. Is something the matter, Professor? You look a little pale. Please be careful. It's so easy to catch a cold this time of year.
I will. But yeah. Reworking the story that way wouldn't work out as well based on some revelations we learn about Boyleth that don't show up in the Blue Lions route. Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest stumbles, is that they tried to set up the story to include revelations that they don't make on every...
I assume still I have a particular fondness for Saint Sethlene.
I can't imagine why. Anyway, sorry I skipped your dialogue set. I suppose I could just talk to him again and then get everything recorded for him.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But we're not gonna bother. All we have to know is that he has a creepy fascination with Saint Sethleen. It's almost like they're related or something. But yeah, the Blue Lions doesn't reveal a few.
This is a place of mysteriousness. I have awareness of how much difference every part of the world is. In a place alike to this place, you can imagine the goddess of Fodlan truly existing. At times I miss those places in Bridget. At times, I am missing those places so painfully.
I'm sorry to hear that, Petra. Hopefully you'll get to... Hopefully you'll get to go home soon. But yeah, the revelations that you don't get on the Blue Lions confused me on my first time through this route, since the very first time I did Golden Deer, and you learned a bit more about Boyleth in that route. But the Blue Lions route seems to be focused much more on Dimitri than it is on Boyleth, and that's a good thing, I think.
I heard about Remire Village from some of the knights. It's certainly troubling. If it's a contagion, we at Garrick Mock should be on the lookout as well.
I'll handle it, yeah.
Your words are oddly persuasive, Professor, even if they're not exactly based on anything.
Wait, who are you to tell me I'm lying? I'm not lying. You're lying. But yeah, I think the Blue Lion story does come across a lot stronger, thanks to focusing almost primarily on Dimitri and his personal struggles, rather than Boyleth's situation and how it relates to the church and all that other fun stuff. It is a shame that we don't get to see some of the payoffs that are set up in relation to Boyleth, but that's okay.
You know, Professor, the tournament fish, and the meal we indulged in after the Battle of the Eagle and Lion, why, all of the food I've eaten in this monastery has been absolutely delectable. Every last bite of it.
Food really is the only thing you think about, huh?
Hardly. I think about all sorts of things.
Oh, like tomorrow's menu, for instance?
Yeah, they don't really establish Ingrid as much of a foodie outside of a few lines and supports, but she is a big foodie. Like you can give her you can give her smoked meat and it's a gift that she really likes.
Yes, that's mine. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, Ingrid, but it doesn't dominate her personality the way it does with Raphael. So I like it a bit more on her than I do with him, although I do like Raphael a bit more.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Oh, except that Tomas departed the monastery and has yet to return. Consider that reported. He's been gone for periods of time before and has always returned, so I'm not too worried. Still, I wonder what in the world he's doing out there.
No, I'm sure it's nothing sinister to worry about. After all, he is just a creepy old man. Anyway.
Hey, Professor. I'd love... Hey!
Yeah, Anna sometimes has new stuff to say, but she's still just not all that fleshed out. I wish they had actually done something with her. But no, they just keep recycling the same Anna that they used for Awakening, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Anyway, what else was I gonna do? Oh look, Shamir and Catherine.
Of the 4 or 5 years since I started here, this is certainly the busiest.
It was 4. I've been here 5.
What's a year here or there? Don't be petty now, Shamir.
You count your enemies the same way.
If I take care of them quickly, what does it matter how many there are? Oh, sorry. We didn't mean to ignore you, Professor.
As you were saying, it's been a busy year. There never seemed to be enough hands for the work.
That reminds me. Do you have that thing? If you do, we want it.
Want? No, we need it. Give it to me, not her.
Hey now, I'm the one who brought it up. We may be friends, but that's just rude.
Yeah, so this month only, Shamir and, Catherine will both have a quest.
How did you know this was mine?
Lucky guess. Anyway, yeah, they'll both have the quest, and then, you can give the item they're looking for to either one of them. I'd pick whoever to give it to based on the reward you want most. Shamir gives you a bow. Catherine gives you a sword.
It was. If I take
as you were that want.
Hey now.
Let's go ahead and get Catherine's version of the quest as well. And do I have any of your items?
Oh.
And then I've actually heard that recruiting Catherine early is a good way to make some earlier chapters even easier. But recruiting her early is tough since you have to get Boyleth to level
Sorry to ask this of you,
15.
but I would deeply appreciate it if you would promise to keep my association with Edelgard to yourself. It is a complicated history, what she and I share.
Okay, but I think people might get the wrong ideas. Although if those people are in Fire Emblem Fates, they probably have the...
Professor, tell me, is this about Remire? There are more villagers acting strangely today than yesterday. Knights have been dispatched, yet the underlying cause is as yet unclear, and the most anyone can do is stand back and watch. It is most distressing. Professor, what do you think about all this?
Some kind of illness or conspiracy?
We should strengthen the guards. If you visit the village, Professor, please, take care.
Well, yeah, don't you know? My mission this month is to take care of the village. Anyway, do I have any of your items?
No.
Ah, that one was yours. Okay, then. What was I going?
Professor, what have you got there? That's... my goodness, that is just what I've been looking for. I can offer nothing more than this, but I do ask that you consider trading with me. I am in your debt, Professor.
Yeah, the quest for Shamir and Catherine is a trade, or a series of trades. Anyway, for the... normally I would recruit Hanuman as well as both...
last month in peace. But no, another incident just had to arise, didn't it? If only this debacle had to do with crests, why, I'd have gone and dealt with it in an instant.
Yeah, normally I would recruit all the faculty, Hanuman, and then Catherine and Shamir should be available as well right at around this point. I'm certainly high enough leveled for them. But I wanted to be a bit lighter on recruiting faculty as well. Since they're so easy to recruit, I figured most people will do that anyway, so it might be nice to show off what happens when you don't actually recruit them all. Oh, what's that? What's that? Owl feather! Lucky! What do you got, Rhea?
Professor, do you ever wish you could return to your life as a mercenary?
No.
Is that so? I suppose you have become accustomed to your new line of work. This month's assignment will again take you outside of Garrigmach, to Remire Village. It was in Remire that you first met Alois and the rest of his order, was it not? Half a year has come and gone since then. How quickly time passes.
Especially when you're having fun. Anyway, do I have any items for you, Rhea?
This is...
Nope, that's a no. Do I need to give you a gift? I think I do. Yes, that one.
I appreciate.
I hope she doesn't get the wrong idea from that love letter. Alright, talking to Rhea reminded me for no particular reason that Sothis mentioned she must have had a family too. But she wonders what they're up to right now. Well, I think that Sothis's family might be up to something.
Professor, Captain Gerald just told me. Remire Village is in a bad way, right?
Sinister.
The situation there is worrying, yes. But tell me, how was your vertigo?
I'm alright now, but it's still a little unsteady.
Okay? You should get some rest.
If you must go to the village, make sure you're in good health before we depart.
Oh, I will. I'll do plenty of push-ups and sit-ups and drink plenty of juice. But yeah,
Someone lost.
Sothis's family, Sothis's remaining family, if there is any, I bet they're up to something sinister and...
The Knights go out from Garrigmach to take on all kinds of other duties. I'd sure like a job like that one day. Then again, I don't know. Serving Lady Rhea here is pretty good.
Well, Cyril,
That's mine.
it'd be nice if you had motivations outside of Rhea. I mean, you technically do, but you bring her up so much that people could forget that there is some more to you than just Lady Rhea. Like, seriously, I think the kid is obsessed with cheesecake.
Really?
I think that's the right term. I don't know.
I wonder how Remire Village is faring. Hopefully we're not dealing with some new epidemic. It wouldn't be unheard of. Almost 20 years ago, a terrible plague blazed through Fargus. It even hit the capital city, taking the queen consort's life. Or so I heard. The whole kingdom was in an uproar over that loss. The person who saved the kingdom wasn't a doctor, but a holy woman, the fair Lady Cornelia. After that, she was awarded the honor of being a mage in the service of the royal family. She sounds like an amazing woman, but she must be pretty old by now. But hey, maybe she's aged like a fine wine.
If I recall correctly, she has
That's mine.
gigantic tits. But yeah, that is actually somewhat topical, since at the time of recording this part in particular, I am currently on lockdown because of the coronavirus. Seems a bit weird that how much they're overreacting to it, but
I fear I may become a social recluse soon. My life consists of wearing a groove in the floor between the library and the dining hall. Although I guess a real recluse wouldn't leave their room, eh?
yeah, you're living the life I want to live, Lindhart. Well, technically, I am living that.
I gave up hope of ever
But yeah, so, at the time of recording, I am on lockdown because of the coronavirus, and
What in the world is happening in Remire Village? I hear even the knights have been dispatched. I hope it's nothing too serious. After all, that's where we first met. I have valued memories of the place.
Ugh, do you have a crush on me now, too, Claude? Ugh. But yeah, it seems like it's a little blown out of proportion, but...
Good day, Professor. Well then, I should go.
Okay, good day, Mercedes, or Marianne, who is not Mercedes, even though I seem to keep mixing the two up. Ugh. But, yeah, it seems like people are a little bit overblowing the reaction to coronavirus, but better safe than sorry, I
Remire
suppose.
Village. Is that not where you met Edelgard? If you had not been there, something terrible could have happened. Did one of the house leaders know that mercenaries were staying in Remire Village? I wonder. It will remain a mystery for now. All we can do at this point is speculate.
Yeah, I guess so. But I think the only thing that would have happened is Edelgard would have had to kill someone herself using a knife. Because she was totally prepared to take that bandit down, and why did no one comment on that? Ugh, that's never gonna not bother me.
Need something, Professor? I was just asking Monica here to be less demanding of Lady Edelgard's time. Need something? I was just...
Oh, I thought Monica would say something, but she didn't. Oh, right. This is a DLC quest. The, I forget what it's called, but you basically get challenged to a tournament that Boyleth has to do with swords. Wow, I can't even deal damage to this one. So, with this DLC mission in mind, I would highly recommend keeping Boyleth well trained in swords, but that is optional. You don't have to do that. You don't even have to complete that mission. Most of the time, I don't really. I managed to get it on this playthrough, if I recall correctly, unless my memory's lying to me again. It does that a lot. But yeah, anyway, this might go up well after the coronavirus is dealt with. So if that is the case, I hope everyone was safe and not affected by it. Oh look.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. Mr. Backup doesn't come by anymore, which is fine. Not incredibly rude or anything. Nope, just fine.
Aw, I think he's got a crush.
Want to help me out with my magical research? I just need to open you up and have a look inside. No? Well, would you lend me a few hairs at least?
Yeah, sure. Hairs should be harmless, although I have a tough time getting them out of my head.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yes.
Really?
Or no.
Never? Is that true? ...
Actually...
Seriously?
I hate kids. I hate kids so much. Anyway, hi, Happy!
Chatterbox, what's wrong with you? Go home.
I will.
No offense, but you look awful. Get some rest, okay? Sleep is really important when you're feeling down.
I will do my best, but I've still got to explore the rest of the monastery. And by the rest of the monastery, I mean the last tidbits of the abyss.
The battle was great and all. The after party was a complete letdown. I guess I get it. There were some younger students around and all that. But still, what a waste. We needed some fun juice, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, it was still a fine time.
And based on the standards in the United States, almost every other student is underage. I think Marianne would be the only one who's at a legal drinking age for the United States.
News of the affair at Remire Village has reached me. The situation seems rather dire. Any threat to the lives of the common folk must be met with swift action.
I agree.
You share my views? That speaks well of you. You have more than a commoner's share of integrity. Given your concern, would it not be appropriate for you to depart rather than idling the time away?
Well, yeah, but they don't let me leave any earlier for the mission this month.
Be expected to remember where I leave every small object. Return that at once. At once, I say.
You are welcome, Constance. Hey, I do wish you actually did have the option to do missions earlier. Technically, you could just skip to the calendar date where the mission starts, but that doesn't really...
I can't shake the feeling that what went down in Remire Village is something other than a plague. I guess it's best not to go sticking our noses in it, lest they get cut off.
I can't just ignore what happened.
Don't go and make me worry about you, friend. You're looking paler than usual. Stop pushing yourself so hard.
Never! Anyway, do you have any missing items? Doesn't look like it. Anyway, let's go ahead and head up top and finish turning in those missions. Let's see, what was the point I was making again? Oh, right, yeah. You can skip ahead to the calendar date where the mission starts, but I don't really count that as doing the mission early. Rather, you just rest for those for the weeks in between. So that's not a real option of getting to do things earlier. You just spend your time a bit more. Is quickly the right word? I'm gonna go with quickly. Anyway, what do we have down here?
Hey, wait a minute. What you've got there, isn't that... Please, could you let me have that? Here, I'll give you this in return.
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic. Thanks, Professor. You have no idea how happy this makes me.
I'm sure it makes you very happy, Manuela. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have recruited Manuela as well, especially since Happy learns warp herself, and so I don't need to have Manuela to be a warper. But it's always nice to be able to it's always nice to have an extra hand or two at warping, and Manuela is essentially a free recruit, and she gets it later, and she's got a strength in faith, so she should learn it quickly as well.
You have my
so, lots of benefits for getting Manuela. I don't know if Hanuman has any of those same benefits, but he's a neat recruit too. Might as well go for him as well, but I am excited to show off what happens with Hanuman if you don't recruit him. He actually does have stuff programmed in. If he's not with you, for part 2. Let's see, where do we go next? Looks like up here. Yeah, it's gonna bug me that there's a quest to turn in the training hall, but I can't even deal damage to the first enemy, so I don't have much of a choice.
Professor, I picked this up, but... Oh hey, it worked out perfectly. Want to trade me what you're holding for it?
Oh yeah, sure.
Thanks, Professor. This is great.
Continue to refer to the trade quest with non-specific details. Oh right, and then one other point I forgot about drinking age. American drinking age, and the students of the three houses. Mercedes is the only one in the base game who's a student at it would be at legal drinking age, but
Hello, Professor. What's that you've got there? Would you mind trading it with me for this?
yeah, sure.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll be sure to take great care of it.
But with the inclusion of the Ashen Wolves, I believe Yuri, Constance, and Balthus would also be at legal drinking age. So, I'm not too sure. Happy I'm pretty...
Professor? It's about that thing you have there. If it's not too much of a bother, would you trade it for this?
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Thank you so much. I'll treasure it forever.
No need to go that far, Marianne, but if you're really gonna do that, then go right ahead. Nothing's stopping you.
That's a nice thing you have there, Professor. Don't suppose you're planning on using it yourself. Why don't you trade it for this? Sounds good, right?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent doing business with you, Professor. I've always wanted to say that.
I'm sure you always have. Anyway, I believe that is the end of the trading quest, so we get to hand in the item to either Shamir or Catherine. I just realized she spells her names with a C.
You brought it, Professor? Hand it over and I'll make it worth your while.
How? You can't even afford your own drinks. Give it here. You won't regret it.
Excuse me? I asked first. Why don't we let the Professor decide?
Okay.
Seems the Professor likes you better than me.
Thanks. Here's your prize. Maybe I'll let you borrow it later, Shamir.
Not actually, but I did want the quest record, I did want the silver sword over a silver bow. I don't really have any archers anyway. Alright, anyway, I think I'll go ahead and call that an episode here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.